Hello. Ihe na-agwa ụlọ. Onye ọbụla nọ n'ụwa a, ihe nzuzo ga-eme na ndụ ya niile. Ya nwere ihe ọma, merie ihe ọjọọ. Ihe ọbụla ị na-eme n'ụwa a, asịkwara na onwe onye mmadụ ọ gaghị apụta ìhè. Ihe ọbụla ị mere, ị ga-ahụta ya. Ịhụta ya nke ịhụtakwara ụmụ ndị mụrụ amụ. Mmadụ ị na-edebere ha ọkwụrụ. Ọkwụrụ ihe na-eme ụmụaka eji eje ala ala. Ọkwụrụ ihe na-eme agaghị n'ihu. Mmadụ ibe gị n'anya dịka onwe gị. Mere mmadụ ibe gị otu ị na-achọ ka e mere gị. Onye ọkpọkwa anya bụrụ ọbụ onye ojii ọbụ onye ọcha. Ofu ihe ahụ kama na anyị ama ha. Ọ bụrụ na anyị matara Adam na Eve, ọ ya mụrụ onye ojii gbuo onye ọcha, mgbe onye anyị onyinye dị iche iche.
Ihe mmadụ kwuru were ihe ọma
Merie ihe ọjọọ.
Mama, nne, mama, onye m, mama, nne, mama, 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 nne, mama, nne, mama. Join me. Get up, everybody. I say, get up, join me. It's happening at the Igbo Home and Diaspora Forum. Get up. Uwa bije wannamu, uwa bije. Ndu bije wannamu, ndu bije. Onwu bije wannamu, onwu bije. Mama kunie, cheveni gerebi. I sing kunie, cheveni gerebi. Exercise. We are starting with warm up. Everybody. I sing kunia, cheleni gerebi. I sing kunia, cheleni gerebi. the discussion, theater of conversation happening. Warm up. Today's topic, how to be a good Igbo ambassador. Welcome everybody. Okay, that's just to get everybody ready to assemble all of us to have this beautiful conversation, how to be a good Igbo ambassador in the diaspora. Before I start, I want to thank the Igbo Home and Diaspora Forum for the kind invitation. And I want to mention Mona Chimso, who invited me, and also Pastor Ikenna, who actually added me to that group. It's a wonderful group. If you're watching this and you're not part of it, please join them. Lovely group. I have to apologize. The tradition in this group is to speak Igbo. And I will speak Igbo when I need to. But Ingili Igbo, you remember when I was at Ebezi Asuri Igbo. So I'm using Ingili Igbo. I will add some English and Igbo because the audience is worldwide. The Touch Love Worldwide audience is worldwide. So, today, I have been asked to talk about how to be a good Igbo ambassador in the diaspora. And again, before I start, I must commend this group, Igbo Home and Diaspora Forum, for a very important thing. If you look at their logo, you see that they said Ebe Hunanya Zuroke. That one, it made me, shook me, made me so happy. It made me extremely joyful. Ebe Ihunanya Zuroke, the place where love is complete. That's what that group is. That's part of their motto. And being a good Igbo ambassador in the diaspora starts with love. Starts with when your love is complete. That's why I want to commend the group for using that as part of their logo. So, you'll be asking, how do you become a good Igbo ambassador in the diaspora? I just need to say that when I was growing up, I grew up in Nigeria, and when I was growing up, this word diaspora, in fact, you're talking about when I was growing, I only just learned this word. It's a huge, big word. When I was growing up, what we used to use is Igbo home and abroad. Igbo home and abroad. So when I was asked to talk about being good ambassadors in the diaspora, I had to actually research the origin of diaspora. And I discovered that it's actually associated with slavery. When Jews, that's when the Jews were moved, and then actually the meaning is across, scatter. So scattered across. So I would prefer to say because I was brought up with using home and abroad. And home and abroad, if you grew up in Nigeria when I was growing up, you know that You are abroad, even if you're in the next village. If you're not in your ancestral land, you are abroad. So that describes more of what I'm about to talk about. And that's I prefer to use abroad because I don't think we are scattered. You know, this word is heavy. It's heavy for me. I'll prefer the word I grew up with. How to be good Igbo ambassadors, home and abroad. So starting off with, what is an ambassador? Who is an ambassador? What does an ambassador do? When you are a good ambassador, what does that mean? What's the job of an ambassador? An ambassador represents. An ambassador makes peace. An ambassador is actually the embodiment of that which the ambassador represents. So as an Igbo person, Igbo person, as an Igbo person, how do you become a good ambassador? The way I have approached this is to change it in my own way to say, being a good ambassador of your chi. What is chi? To be a good Igbo ambassador abroad, you need to be a good ambassador of your chi. If you're Igbo, you will be asking yourself, what is chi? If you're not Igbo, you'll be asking yourself, what is chi? Igbos use chi in two ways. Like chi efola, chi nke me efola, chi nke me efola. Jehovah zara me ekpere mgbe na-enweghị olileanya. Chi as in day, daybreak. Echi. We also use it in the other form. Some people will say like personal God. But I prefer to see chi as that which is unseen, the invisible, the essence of who you are, the core of who you are. That which sees when the eyes do not see. So chi is huge. If you're religious, you see it as the spirit. So I say that there are two worlds. The world of the invisible, where everything that you do not see reside. And the world of the visible, where everything you see reside. So chi is part of the invisible. So to be a good ambassador, you study your chi, you study your essence, you study your core, your own, not the whole Igbo, your own special, you're special, you're unique. There's a special thing about you that no one else in this world has. And you come with it, with all that you know to Igbo, your ancestors. You're representing something bigger than yourself. And that's how to be a good Igbo ambassador, to tap into the world of the invisible. Study your essence. It's different from your purpose. Your essence is actually different. Your essence is the deep, the things that you are, your intricacies, your present, your noun, but with everything, your DNA, the culture, everything, the invisible and visible. So when you study your essence, you find that you connect, your essence connects to the senses. And you begin to sense both visible and invisible. Your aura spreads. You clue in, you connect, and you can listen and tap the best of all the senses that are coming to you, and you represent the best. So it's not about this is purpose. I want to become, I'm looking at somebody, they've done very well, I want to become that person. If you're doing that, you are not representing your essence, your uniqueness, that special that you are. And you know, your body is so powerful. You have no idea how powerful your body is. And you'll be wondering, why have I put different faces, different masks there? The reason I've prepared this installation specially for this talk is to illustrate what I mean by the invisible world. And you see that I've used the lights, different lights, to illustrate what I mean by the invisible world. Because if you imagine that there are these invisible that we don't see, several of them, energy in different forms, we don't see them, but I've used the faces, and they are all wanting your powerful body. They want to possess your powerful body. They want to become your powerful body. They want to use your body as the machine to carry out their own agenda. Then you understand the importance of studying your own essence, your own chi, your own core, so that when all these other elements are fighting to take over your body, because your body has been made perfectly to use it for what they want, you will realize which is the voice of your core, of your essence. So to be a good ambassador, you need to understand the voice of your essence, so that you'll be able to pick it from the crowd of the invisible trying to come and take over your body to do their own agenda. So when you are, and when I look at, I know that's what people are expecting. When you talk about diaspora, they're thinking, how do I become a good ambassador in America or thereabout? I'm not talking about that. That's going too far, because as I said, when I was growing up, abroad could mean Enugu, even as Enugu is Igbo land. Abroad can mean Onitsha if you're not from that area. So I want to focus on how to be a good ambassador abroad. But in this one, I'm not even talking about the physical space of Enugu or Onitsha, but the physical space, how to represent that essence that you don't see. How do I represent the essence that I am, the core that I am? Whether I'm in London, in Birmingham, Onitsha, Lagos, Kano, Enugu, Oka. How do I represent? So your physical becomes the diaspora, becomes the abroad, and the invisible becomes what you're trying to represent. How do I represent that invisible wherever I am? Because by doing that, you will have represented your family, your clan, and your land by properly representing your essence. So that's what I want you to take away today, that there is the invisible world within the Igbo culture, where our ancestors reside, and we reside with them, where the breath that we inhale resides. So we are mixing with the invisible world. and that you take with you, knowing that you are not just standing, you are representing ancestors back, but you choose the best parts to represent, and you listen to your chi, and remember that the energy that you have, the connection, the blood flowing through you, they come from lines and lines and layers, scientifically and traditionally, of ancestors. So when you stand to represent, remember the huge responsibility on your shoulders of who you are representing. You're not just representing today, you're representing all those lines of our ancestors. So I hope that has given you something to think about, and I'm told that I need to give time for questions and discussions, and I'm actually trying to see where I'm meant to be seeing the questions, and for some reason I can't find the space for the questions, and whether anyone has sent any. If you have sent a view or a question or something you'd like me to touch on, please note that I haven't seen it and I'm searching for it. So that's why I haven't answered. I don't know whether it is my system that is causing it, or whether there is something happening in the group that is making me not to see any question or comment. Okay, right. So I'm meant to talk for a few minutes and then have the discussion, but unfortunately I'm not seeing the discussion. I'm looking at the. Okay, thank you. I can see on this screen, Ajax, to allow to take over body, or this idea can be called coming into alignment. That's a great, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a great view, coming into alignment, Ajax. That's good. Yeah, exactly, because while I was preparing this topic, I was weighing up the chi being, in some people's interpretation, the personal God, and which is meant to be greater, the greater part of you, the divine. And from what you're saying, once you study your essence and become your essence and represent your essence, I agree with your position that you are coming in alignment with that essence, because that's when you have peace in yourself. That's when you feel full in yourself. That's when you feel accomplished in yourself, because you are representing, and you have, in your word, aligned with the invisible. So I agree with that viewpoint. Right. I think I'm also on the, yes. So the questions are coming from the other page, but I can't find the questions on the diaspora page. Okay. So as I haven't seen the questions, and I'm just trying to sort out the diaspora page. I hope this is actually I think it's streaming. Okay, viewing on the diaspora, but allow it. It is on, but I just can't see the questions. Thank you for that. I think it's on, but I can't see the questions. Okay, so while we are waiting to see if it is the fault of my system or the fault of Facebook on the diaspora page, I will continue with how to be a good ambassador outside of your core. So, what is the thing you look out for? What is the face of your essence? What is the manifestation of your core? How do you know that you are representing your core properly? Well, I wrote a little thought, and I'll just read it to you. I am the unseen that you are seeing. In what you see, the unseen is seen. The embodiment, the representation, the representative, the go-between, the ambassador of the Chi. So again, if you are the go-between your core and other, there are two aspects. First of all, you represent your core by listening, by studying it. I mean, how many of us have actually studied our essence, studied our Chi? How many of us are personal God or spirit? How many of us have actually studied it to know what it is? So that's the first step, studying your Chi, representing your Chi properly. But the other step is that if you imagine that your Chi might be asking you to do something in the physical world, and other people's Chi are also asking them to do things in the physical world, that there might be a conflict at some point. So as an ambassador, remember we're talking about being the ambassador, what do? You liaise, you smoothen paths. So to be a good Igbo ambassador, armed with this idea of reincarnation, this idea of two worlds, the world of the invisible and the world of the visible, and you being a representative of the world of the invisible, you are under an obligation to smooth in between other gods. So it means that you see other people as also equivalent of you, powerful as you. So you need to negotiate because everybody has their Chi. Somebody's name is Monachimso. I am together with my God. So if you are together with your God, you are in harmony. Chinedu, God is leading. Onyena Chia, everyone and their own essence, personal God, core. So if you are listening to your Chi as an Igbo, you bear in mind that other people are also listening to their Chi, and as a good ambassador, having all this information, ancestral, passed down to us, you will liaise, smoothing. That's what ambassadors do. They create peace. So you imagine that every person you see is a world of their own, a country of their own, a land of their own. They are representing their faces, that those different faces from these dots that we don't see. That's the invisible world. And all of them are matching to possess this body. So your responsibility to your chi is to create harmony as a good Igbo ambassador abroad. So that's what the reading is trying to say, that we have the unseen and the seen world, and we create harmony as good Igbo ambassadors. So I'll just check for more. I feed my chi, I care for my chi, I listen and allow the chi to expand within and without unique love radiating chi. Fantastic. I wonder, how do you know the voice of your chi? Can you just write that in the comments, Jax, please? So the comment that I've got from the other screen, because I can't see the comments on this screen, is that the commentator is in alignment, listens, obeys. But I'm just wondering, when your chi, because how you know it is your chi, because by preparing this talk, I started thinking the times when you are pushed to do something that is not in harmony with the earth or with the other people. Is it your chi that is pushing you to do that? And I'm just saying that because of what that said, feeding the chi, caring for the chi, listening and allowing the chi to expand within. So the chi expands like the air expands, and it creates beauty if it is your chi that is that unique you, that is only you. It creates beauty wherever it touches. But sometimes we do things that are not in harmony with other chis around. Is it your chi that is pushing you to do that? That's the question I'm asking. And while I was preparing this, I considered that perhaps, as I said, with these different faces, different atoms, different unseen, in the world of the unseen, trying to take over your body to do their own work, because they all have their agenda. Perhaps the time when you act in a way that is not in harmony with the earth and with the others, perhaps is one of those that have managed, you've made yourself fertile for them, and you haven't actually heard your chi, and your chi is speaking, is telling you, but you haven't learned to recognize the voice, and you've allowed one of those invisibles to take over. And that's why you don't have peace in yourself, you don't feel accomplished, you don't feel fulfilled, you don't think you are harmonizing with the earth. So I come back to what Ajax said about listening and allowing the chi to expand. Provided you have studied your chi, then you're a good ambassador, because you can hear your chi, you can identify the voice of your chi, you know when your chi is expanding you to do that work which only you can do, because you're that special. But if you haven't studied your chi, you're not going to be a good Igbo ambassador wherever you are, because you haven't taken on board this heritage that we have, this ancestral teaching that we're not representing just ourselves, that we come with a host of ancestors and their learnings and their wisdom, and your face is just the representative of the faces of those that we don't see, that are acting through us, good, doing the good through us. So in your chi is connecting with others in the ancestral world, and you are representing that the uniqueness, the special, the core, the fundamental, the essence that you are, which is never alone because it comes with a host of others. So I'll check again. I apologize to if diaspora, if there are questions there that I'm not seeing, because I really cannot see any questions here, and I don't know why, or any contribution, I don't know why. So I'll check the other screen to see if there are more contributions. There are no more contributions. So that is really what it is. I have finished. This is meant to be the period for discussion, but unfortunately, I cannot see the discussions happening in the group because I don't know why I cannot see the discussion happening there. So that is it. So I think I'm going to be signing off now, unless I just check again if there is any more discussion happening. None. Okay. Well, it's been lovely being with you today, and I'll close the way I started. I thank everybody in Igbo Home and Diaspora Forum for inviting me and having me today, and I thank everybody watching from the page and everywhere and that joined this discussion. And I'm going to play the music that I started with to close. Okay, and thank you very much. As this will happen, and I'll turn off the lights, and you imagine everything I've said about the ancestors and the invisible world. So the dots represent the invisible world. Thank you, Prince. The lights are low so you can appreciate the dots of the invisible world. And the faces of the invisible world. Dance with me. The exercise is important. Kankorogi akuku wamo ebenzilia neluwa. Kankorogi ijendumo ebenzilia neluwa. Achoro achọrọ m ịga n'ụwa n'ime obiọma, nlegharị anya wee ghọta nne m, nlegharị anya wee ghọta nna m, ndị obiọma, ndị ịhụnanya, ihe ọma ha mere ka m jiri bịa. Kanjiria Nam Nam Ndi Honanya Nam Nam Boweho Asindikunia. Reincarnation is part of the Igbo culture. A good Igbo ambassador appreciates the ancestors, the fact that they are part and parcel of the present. Iwabije nwanemu, iwabije, ndubije nwanemu, ndubije, onwubije nwanemu, onwubije, mama kunie. Jeveni geredi, asinge kunia. Jeveni geredi nejan. At all times, listen to your essence, to your core. That's the way to be a good Igbo ambassador, home and abroad. Thank you.
Una